What do you have in your mouth?
Me too. But then the stuff after that was dog shit. It got worse and worse and worse.
As far as I can just, I mean, I never met the guy, but just as far as watching him as a fan, he kind of seemed like he stepped in every single pitfall of being, of getting some fame.
Yep.
In everything, like not trying as hard.
Coke, girls.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Showing up late to shit.
Right on.
Bon Jovi.
Getting a bad reputation. No, Motley Crue.
Bon Jovi too. Bon Jovi, yeah, was one of his early specials. Like Bon Jovi was on the beginning of the special.
I just remember he drove Motley Crue to the whiskey.
You don't get
Kicks My Heart video.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What are you doing? Oh my God, sick.
Start My Heart Still. To this day, when that comes out of the
Oh my God, trash.
Oh, it's a great song.
What are you
The
doing?
dialogue in the beginning is brutal. He goes, here we are. He gets up like, this is where it all began.
It's just in this one. That's it.
And he goes, home, sweet home.
That is so sick, dude. It's just here in this town. Nowhere else but this town. Seriously. It's exaggerated. Like, I mean, you could tell the difference, you know? Like, es que me tienen que no pasa nada en mi casa. Y que están cabronados. Entonces, no es el papá. Now that I say that. Anybody that has the knows anything about the law or the has feelings or a conscience, okay? Anybody that has a feeling or a conscience, think about it. Anybody that I ask, other cities on this one, I'm washing my hands, I'm picking up trash and guys. Okay. Any city that you go to or town, they just ask me. I could go with anybody anywhere.
You have like a slow motion video of how you do it. You're kind of letting the stick do a lot of the work.
Yeah, I got this great teacher, Davey, which you play. Everybody, Mars Volta, so whatever you get was like total progressive, crazy.
But out here, like, it's like, see, like, you can't have a camera. That's one thing I didn't see over there. Like, nobody told my daughter that, hey, put away, you know, this or that. I'm not here in public.
His technique is sick. So he's not fucking his arms up and everything. He's moving his arms, giving people the show, but like it's hard to explain. Like, first of all, I'm not a professional drummer, but it's also hard to explain. Like,
remember that when I was showing something in the sky, it looked like when the Lord came back. And that was a one-time thing. I never saw it again in my whole life. How could I see? It's hard to explain it. But he said, oh, it looks like
slamming it back down
the
the
Lord
floor.
coming back with that. That's exactly what I was thinking.
There it is. This is the one. If you play, if you turn up the volume.
Can I have like
this is just gonna bore the shit out of people.
No, it's not. You see it, his hands, how loose his hands are.
See when he just opens his hand like that, and he's getting, you know.
Well, you know what?
This guy's a fucking animal, man.
You love drumming, huh? You're fucking really deep into this shit.
It's literally, I tried therapy, I tried talking to people and shit, and it's just like, I only get so far, but like, that stuff, like, just totally clears my head, and I like it because it's like comedy where there's somewhere to go with it, and it's endless. Like, there's really no end to how good you can come as a comic if you keep pushing yourself, but there's little skill sets that you're, you know, they're kind of weak, and you can just keep making, you know, working on. Drumming's the same way.
Was in front of me already.
It's that going for the next thing that has me just present, trying to work it out, and I just forget about everything else. And
said something, I think.
I even got a kid now. My wife still lets me go play for another day because she knows it's good for us.
So that's like, it's like a meditation on top of like a little bit of a workout too, because you're throwing your arms around.
Oh yeah,
they're all shredded. Like if you look at guys like Travis Barker or Tommy Lee, those guys have jacked veins. They're all shredded.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that part of that I think is also like if you just sort of struggle There's also something too. I'm not talking about anybody you just mentioned, but there is something about if you do heroin in your 20s, you're kind of like shredded for life. I don't know what it is. Iggy Pop. I don't know if he did heroin. He did hard drugs.
Oh, he definitely did.
Those guys are like, those guys are just shredded. It's very rare that after you come out of that, you know, Keith Richards, all of those guys. Keith Richards is like, you could pick that guy up with 2 fucking fingers.
Yeah, he's all sinew.
Yeah, he's all like, it's like he did Pilates. I just shot heroin for like 3 years. Look at Iggy. He's still shredded. His skin is giving up. Like he's losing the elasticity, but he's still shredded.
Well,
I saw him.
No, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, his body is very odd.
I saw him.
I'm talking to
I
the
saw
Lord.
him in.
My grandma, you
well,
know what she used to
now
say?
he's like 70. I saw
She said,
him.
"You're never by yourself." She
With
said.
Queens of the Stone Age backing him up. I saw him
huh?
LA.
I didn't get it.
Like fucking about a year ago.
Wow.
This is what I loved about the guy. He went out there and like one song in, he had his fucking shirt off. He didn't give a shit.
He's the Bert Kreischer of music.
Yeah, and that's why. That's why I like, you know, when they give Madonna shit for twerking at 58, it's like, who gives a fuck? I mean, there is something, you know, there is something to be said about. It's all how you do it. He did it. I felt like he didn't give a fuck. But if you're kind of doing this desperate thing, still trying to be like good looking, then it gets a little. I guess it gets a little cheesy.
The Madonna thing, it's not the twerking, it's the shit that she says with the twerking. You know, like I'll suck everyone's dick who doesn't vote for Trump, like that kind of stuff. Like, really?
My God.
Hey, dude, she's been able to hang around for fucking 40 years doing it.
I know, but it's just like, don't do that anymore. What if a tooth falls out? What if you're blowing somebody and it just goes wrong? She's 70 years old or something. She's like 85 years old. No, she's 122 years old.
58. She's 10 years older than me. She's in better shape than I'll ever be in.
She seems a lot older than that.
Doesn't
Doesn't she? I mean, when we were kids, she was already a grown woman.
When she grew up, she was like 25, I think. She
Yeah.
made it quick.
I remember when I was in high school, I've told this story before, but when I was like 16, I was in love with her, and I found out she was 27, and I was like, that bitch is old.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. I thought 27 was
Look at
ancient.
the curve at 16.
Oh my
I just thought
God.
she was so bag. I didn't even hear prime yet.
I know. I just was retarded. I was 16. I didn't know any better. But I just remember hearing she was in her late 20s.
Oh, thank God I found my vapor.
Look at her. That was when she was kind of chubby, too.
I do.
Thank God I found it.
I did think 27 though when I was a kid. Like when I would see a 27-year-old guy, I used to think that's a man. Like, he's got it figured out.
Yeah.
He's on his own. You know, none of this bullshit I'm going through is all sorted out in his fucking head. I used to think that. Now
I had a whole bit about that.
48, and I'm just like gonna be 49 this year, and I'm just like still figuring shit out.
I had a whole bit about, remember when you were a kid and you thought they were real grown-ups. Like you were confused, you get yelled at, you get sent to your room, you're like, one day I'm going to be a grown-up, everything's going to make sense. And then one day you're in line at the supermarket and someone goes, paper or plastic, sir? And you're like, sir? I'm a sir? Am I a grown-up?
Yeah.
Fuck, this is it? Then you realize there's no grown-ups.
Man,
it's just a bunch of babies who got older.
I remember that
and they're
one
all pretending.
that was
And they look like they're grown up to you because you're on the outside. But once you become one of them, you realize there is no grown-ups.
Oh, man.
There's some out there. There's some men and women out there. I'm not one of them.
Have you met one?
Yeah.
Like who? Name one.
I've met a few as far as like in this business, as far as like people just like I would say anybody like they have like they're super successful in this business, and they just go home. You know what I mean? They just go home. Like that's an adult.
Right. You don't
like they
stay
go to
out
work, they fucking crush it. You know, if there is an after party, they make their appearance, they have a little seltzer water, and they're gone, and they get 8 hours sleep. They're talking to their wife and their kids. Like, to me, those are adults. To do what I do is, you know, to still go out and fucking have a couple of whiskeys and wake up a little hungover going, oh, God, why did I do that? For the 9 millionth time in my life. Like, I'm not an adult.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anyone like that that's a comic. I don't know anybody that's really funny that has it all totally together. I've never met one. Ever.
Yeah.
Name one. They don't exist.
That's funny?
Yeah, they don't exist. They're all fucked up a little bit. Just a little. I mean, keeping it together, like paying your taxes, showing up on time, all that good stuff.
Like that.
Right. Adult like.
Her and Alex.
But every one of us is one shitty.
Depressing.
No, it's not bad. But every one of us is one shitty decision from a disaster. Every one of us at any
That's
point.
why when I watch people, I don't know, when I watch them fuck up their lives, like there's always the first feeling I have is panic when I see it. I'm like, oh God.
Imagine what they're thinking, right? You imagine yourself in their position.
Yeah. What if I did that?
Yeah. Like when you see someone pulled over for drunk driving, like, fuck. Oh no. Oh no.
The whole fucking thing, giving your money to the wrong people, they mismanage it, you
Oh.
go broke, becoming a fucking alkie.
I just read something about
Here's
Rampage.
one, banging the maid.
Oh, the banging the maid's a good
Banging the
one.
maid or the nanny.
Yeah.
You can't have a maid or a nanny in your life.
Well, if you do, they have to be disgusting.
That's like the...
Didn't Ben Affleck bang his nanny? He did, right?
That was never confirmed. That was never confirmed.
Well, she confirmed it.
Yeah, but what does that mean? She needs a book deal? She got fired? Who knows?
Unless he came out and said, I never fucked her. And he never did that.
You can do that to him?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his.
You know, you didn't like the town?
No, I didn't like him. He went on Bill Maher's show. Got this ridiculous argument with Sam Harris. I realized what he's all about. I was like, oh, you're one of those guys. It was like calling Sam Harris racist because he was talking about the problem with ideologies and religions and the tenets of Islam. And he started yelling at him, calling him a racist, and didn't really understand that Sam Harris is actually a scholar, knows a lot about religion, and just got way over his head and looked really stupid.
So the only difference between me and him is he did that on TV and I do it over the phone with my friends.
The only difference is you're funny. You're funny, and if you did it, you have self-deprecating humor. You would have, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know shit.
Go talk to the guy at the gas station I just stopped at right before I got here when I found out they didn't take credit cards.
What happened?
They just didn't take, I
You got mad at him?
I was a cunt to him.
Really?
Yeah. Because what it was I was getting up against being here by 11, and I got to get home to take my wife out of the house because she's going nuts staying in the house with the kids. So I got that thing, and I got to sign this other fucking, life insurance. I got to do all this adult shit. And I'm thinking, I got this little window to get gas, and I show up in this fucking industrial park. There's no gas station. I finally go all the way down, and the whole time it was like, it's thrifty. And I'm thinking, like, isn't that a fucking car rental place? So I pull in, and I stick the credit. Right as I stuck it in, I'm going, this is too easy, because I know I have the exact amount of time to get her right on time. And of course, it's just like, is this debit? I'm like, oh, you cunt. I'm like, no. And they go in and see the guy behind the register. I'm like, yeah, I tried to use my credit card. And he goes, we don't take credit cards here. And I go, why? He goes, I just take debit card. I just kept saying why, like a fucking 2-year-old. And he finally just goes, so it's cheaper. And I was like, all right, that's a good excuse. And I gave him like $60, and it only ended up being like 39. So then I had to go back in and get my change. And he's looking at me like, see, fucking idiot. It would have cost you like 15 more. So I do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those fucking debit card only ones. That's stupid.
Why you never use your debit card? Use your credit card anyway.
Why? What happened?
Because that's your money. So if somebody takes that and then cleans you out, that's your shit. If somebody swipes your credit card number, that's their money. So then they call you up and they just go, hey, Joe, did you buy a ham hock in fucking Vancouver at a strip club? Why, no, I didn't. I was in Burbank. Good luck with that. Whatever.
Has anybody ever bought a ham hock in a strip club?
Dude, you've given me every piece of the fucking elk except that.
I've got some ham hock for you. Some bones you can chop up and make marrow with.
So I got a buddy of mine's a lawyer who prosecutes identity theft, which a lot of lawyers don't want to do because it's unbelievably tedious. And when they call up, a lot of times they're calling up the credit card companies to fight for their case. They still have to go through that maze. If you'd like to do this, press 1. If you'd like to do that, press 2. And they're trying to help them out. So, but that was one thing that I remembered out of all the things he told me not to do. He goes, don't ever use your debit card because if they get that and they clean you out, that's your fucking money. And then all of a sudden you get a mortgage coming up, and then you're late, and you're like, no, but somebody took my money, and blah, 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 blah. It's your credit card. They have to deal with it.
I had an attempt recently. And I'm wondering whether or not it's because I switched over to Windows. Because, I have this Windows computer now. I get pissed off at Mac. People get mad at us clearing our throat, and I just cleared my throat again. I switched over to this Windows computer because I get mad at these Macs. they switched over all the ports, and now you have this USB-C, and you have to get an adapter if you want to use all your other shit to it.
I know. I got Rosetta Stone French, right? I can't. There's no place to stick the fucking.
Yeah, you have to get an adapter. So I was like, what the fuck?
How about the iPhone 7 with the little fucking umbilical
the
cord?
lightning thing. Yeah. We can get a splitter with that where it goes with you can use a regular headphone jack.
But it's all extra money.
Yeah.
It's all extra money, and then you fucking lose them.
I think the idea is that eventually there's going to be some peripherals that are more powerful and they don't work on the existing ports. But like I got this Lenovo ThinkPad, and I love it. And this is the second one that I got because it's got everything. It's got Ethernet port. It's got HDMI. It's got all this shit. It's tiny. The battery life is fucking forever. It's got this fat battery in the bottom. But for the first time in a long time, somebody tried to steal my identity. And I'm like, geez, I wonder if it has to do with that. I wonder if it's a Windows thing. Does that make sense? Not really? Could be something else. I don't know. But it's sneaky. But at least when I have a business management company, they contact me. They put the stop to it right away.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's disconcerting that your shit's out there. Someone's trying to find your social security number and attach it to your credit card.
Oh wait, when it gets into like the big.
Yeah. I've had it happen at a gas station.
Expands,
so they put that fake scanner on. They put a fake scanner over the scanner,